First off, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to those elders and apostles out there from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful elect that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, this your brother Dewaba from the branch of GMS here in Chicago, coming right back at you with a little lesson. And as you see on my phone screen here, I got NBC News, and it says Supreme Court. The Supreme Court allows Border Patrol agents to remove razor wire Texas installed at the Mexican border. The court weighed in on a dispute between the Biden administration and the Republican Governor Greg Abbott, who installed a wire in an effort to prevent illegal border crossing. So I was sitting up here, so they overturned it. So now they're allowing these federal agents to come back and cut that wire and remove it. And this might be something that, as bros, we might want to keep an eye on because, Texas is always at the forefront of a lot of things that we know when it comes to the government, and this might be one of those things that might just push a lot of things over. Could just start a whole big mess. And I'm going to read this article because the last part of this article is pretty interesting in what this guy said. So I'm going to read it. It probably take a couple of minutes. I think it's about four paragraphs. So I'm just going to read it. But as it says this is January 22nd, 2024 at 3:01 p.m. Eastern Time. It was updated January 2022 at 2024 at 7:23 p.m. Eastern Time. The article is by Lawrence Hurley. Washington, a closely divided Supreme Court on Monday allowed Border Patrol agents to cut through or move razor wire Texas installed on the U.S.-Mexican border, as part of a state's effort to prevent illegal border crossings. The court on a 5-4 granted an emergency request filed by Biden administration, which had argued that Texas would prevent agents from carrying out their duties. The brief order noted that 4 conservative members of the 9-justice court would have rejected the government's request. They were Clarence Thomas, Samuel Alito, Neil Gorsuch, and Brett Kavanaugh. The Biden administration says the wire prevents agents from reaching migrants who have already crossed over the border into the U.S. Texas Governor Greg Abbott, a Republican, installed the razor wire near Rio Grande at Eagle Pass as a part of an operation to address illegal immigration that has brought the state into conflict with the Biden administration. And that's interesting, into conflict. Texas sued after Border Patrol agents cut through some of the razor wire, claiming the agents had trespassed and damaged state property. A federal judge ruled for the Biden administration, but the New Orleans-based 5th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals last month reversed that decision, saying agents could not cut or move the wire unless there was a medical emergency. Abbott's immigration enforcement plan called for Operation Lone Star includes busing thousands of migrants to Democratic-led cities and arresting migrants on trespassing charges. The state previously placed buoys in the Rio Grande to prevent crossings, prompting the Biden administration to sue. The barriers remain in place while litigation continues. I'm going to read, I was going to skip this part, but I'll read it. Even while the Biden administration application was pending at the Supreme Court, the standoff intensified. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton rebuffed a Biden administration request that the state back office takeover of the public park at Eagle Pass that followed an incident in which 3 people drowned trying to cross the Rio Grande. The Department of Homeland Security said Border Patrol agents were physically barred from entering the area and responding to the incident. It is impossible to say what might have happened if the Border Patrol had its former access to the area, including through its surveillance trucks that assisted in monitoring the area. Solicitor General Elizabeth Prelogar said in a court filing on behalf of the Biden administration, the Department of Homeland Security welcomed the High Court's order. Enforcement of the immigration law is a federal responsibility, a DHS spokesperson said in a statement. Rather than helping to reduce irregular migration, the state of Texas has only made it harder for frontline personnel to do their jobs and to apply consequences under the law. Paxton, in a statement posted to X, said that the Supreme Court's order allows Biden to continue his illegal efforts to aid the foreign invasion of America. The destruction of Texas borders barriers will not help enforce the law or keep American citizens safe, he said. This fight is not over, and I look forward to defending our state's sovereignty. So, hey, those are some strong words, and he said that in a nice way. So my whole point is, man, this could actually, blow up a lot of stuff. Because once Texas, if Texas starts something, you can best believe that Florida and all those surrounding states are going to go right in too. So, hey, this could be something that's interesting that I'll say brothers might want to keep an eye on. So with that, man, I'm just going to grab a few scriptures. The first scripture I want to sit up here and grab is Habakkuk. Because, man, hey, we sit up here and we tell you this truth, man. We sit up here and let you know what's going on. Because the times are short. Things are happening real fast. And, hey, things are going to pick up real quick. And you got the man of the Lord out there sitting up here, screaming out loud out there on the highways and byways about what's going on. So this is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon a tower and will watch to see what he will say unto me and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables that he may run that read it. And we see these prophecies. We see everything that's going on. We see these prophecies that's happening. And they're coming. And they're coming fast, But, and this is Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. And a lot of things are speaking. I mean, like I said before, the uproars of the people, the wars and rumors of wars, you have famines everywhere. Let's not even talk about the earthquakes that's been going on, not only in Japan, but over here in the States, New York, as well as in California and a lot of other places. But here it is. This is Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come and it will not tarry. And all these things are going to come to pass. Everything. Everything. The M to the O to the T to the B is the last thing before World War III. Before destruction of America, a.k.a. Babylon the Great, and for the kingdom to come. But the M to the O to the T to the B got to be put out there on a worldwide scale. But the thing is, now you sit up here and see what's happening over in Texas, and you see that a lot of things could pick up. Governor Abbott, that general, all these, they're against the government. They're against the Biden administration. And this guy sitting up here saying, man, the fight ain't over. We're going to keep on battling for Texas sovereignty, And so, hey, you can just imagine, those words, they might sound soft, but those are not soft words. That just sounds soft, And like I said before, can you imagine, like, if Texas goes in, you best believe that right behind them is Florida and all these other states that's going to go in. So with that, I just want to sit up here and grab one more scripture, and then I'm going to end it. Because then you see this Egyptian versus Egyptian. We bring out this scripture quite often. I'm going to go straight to the point. This is Isaiah 19 and 2. And I will set Egyptian against Egyptian. I'll read that one. Isaiah 19 and 1, the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be removed at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And and that's going to be when the Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, the day of the Lord, and the nuclear missiles hitting down here in America, aka Babylon the Great. Everything going to be burnt up. All this shit is going to be fucked up. Ain't going to be nothing left here except for desert creatures. But Isaiah 19 and 2, and I will set Egyptian against Egyptian, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And that's what you're seeing now. You seeing that now, happening right now on a smaller scale. But that's going to pick up even worse and pick up even more, as time goes on. And like I said before, that Texas thing could just be one of the biggest starts of it. It could surely be the biggest start of it. So, hey, like I said, I'm sitting up here just saying, this might be something to keep an eye on. So with that, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to those elders and apostles out there from Great Millstone who teach and rule well. A lot of respect to you brothers out there on the highways and byways preaching this truth around the four corners of the earth. And salutations to the hopeful that you guys may be sealed soon. And with that, I always say stay prayed up, brothers. Pray for each other because we're almost up out of here. So with that, I'd like to say Kwam Yasharella and Abba Babal. Shalom.